So what is the difference between Wix, Squarespace and WordPress? In this video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on those three. What is the difference between them so that you can make an informed and educated choice over which solution is right for you and your business. So hi, welcome, thank you for joining me. I'm Zoe Thompson, founder of Build It Brilliant, and I work with therapists, wellbeing coaches and health professionals, people in the helping world, in order to help them to strategically use online technology to build their brilliant business. So in this one, we're talking websites. And why would you choose one of these solutions over another one? I'm hoping to keep it quite simple for you, and I've got the websites up here so you can go and look at them. Obviously, everything that I share is correct as of the time of recording, but feel free to go to these separate websites and check it out for yourself so that you can get the up-to-date information and the up-to-date pricing. So what is the biggest difference in my opinion? Wix and Squarespace are quite similar, and the difference between them and WordPress is in the hosting. So Wix and Squarespace include the website hosting within their packages. WordPress is a website builder, so then you need to choose hosting by someone. Now the pros and cons of that. On one side, the pro is that Wix and Squarespace is included in the same place. The downside of that is they control the settings for your hosting, which is the space which you take up on the internet. Where if you go with the WordPress option, you get to choose which hosting package gives you the features that you want, and you also have access to all the settings within your hosting platform. Now, in terms of jargon within the website industry, I've done another video called a website terminology for beginners. So if there's anything that I'm talking about that you go, I don't understand that, then highly recommend go and check out my video for the terminology for beginners. I will link it here and also down in the description down below. So on one hand, there's an ease to that choice that your hosting is included. On the other hand, there is a restriction and a control when the hosting is included, because then you don't get the ability to make your own choices or change any of the elements to do with your hosting. So main differences. Wix then. Wix really go for a beginner's website. That's kind of where they fit in the market, and they use a drag and drop builder, and you can get a website pretty easy. They have a lot of templates, and it's a sort of, and also when you start, they kind of make recommendations of templates based on your industry. So it's very quick in order to design a simple website on Wix. Squarespace, where they sit in the market, is the design elements. The templates that Squarespace has, they have a lot of less templates, but they go for quality over quantity. So really beautiful websites is what Squarespace do. But again, it's an easy website builder, drag and drop builder, and you can build a really good looking website very easily using Squarespace. WordPress, on the other hand, is the flexibility of creativity. You can make WordPress do what you want it to do, and you're not limited by the templates or limited by what it is that you can do with your WordPress website. On one hand, that leads to a little bit more of a learning curve at the beginning in order to learn how WordPress works, but you can design simple websites with WordPress. It doesn't have to be complicated. They can be really simple, but you have that freedom of designing what you want, how you want with WordPress that you wouldn't get with Wix or Squarespace. So a few other features to mention then in terms of Wix, as I said, so you can have a look at these sort of pricing and what you get with this. One thing I like about Wix is the website backups are automatic, so it automatically backs up your website, and the integrations with Wix are quite good. So when depending on all the systems that you use in your business, then the Wix integrations, there's quite a lot of them. They have their own payment integration, which is quite good. So they integrate with things like PayPal and Stripe and things like that, but they also have their own payment platform. So they're probably slightly better for international payments than, say, Squarespace is. But the integrations are quite good. The only thing with Wix and integrations is if your system that you use isn't one of the ones that they integrate with, there's no real workaround for that. It's tough. They do add integrations every now and again, but so there is hope. But the integrations that you get are what you get. So if in your business you suddenly come across a piece of software that you absolutely love, it might not be on the integrations within your Wix website. I've got quite a few of my members who started their business and set up a Wix website. They've really been using it well and enjoying it, but they're getting to a point now where they feel that it's clunky, it's restricting them in what they could do, and they're thinking about moving over to WordPress. So backups are included, ease of use is good. They have a phone customer service option, which is good. In terms of SEO, it does basic SEO stuff. It does have its own SEO plugin. It doesn't have a huge amount of the kind of SEO features, certainly not in the league of WordPress, but on the other hand, it does have the basics in terms of SEO, which is search engine optimization. So let's go into Squarespace. Squarespace is beautiful websites. As I said, the design features of Squarespace are really good. Here is the kind of prices. I'll put my head in the middle. So what's the difference with Squarespace? Once again, they use a drag and drop builder, so it's really easy to build your website. In terms of SEO, it has limited functions. It does the basics in terms of SEO, which is included, which is good. But again, it hasn't got that openness and freedom that WordPress has. In terms of customer support, they are 24/7 chat and email customer support. Their backups are manual. So if you have a Squarespace website, you need to remember to back up your website, because that isn't something that happens automatically with Squarespace. You have to do it manually. One of the big downsides of Squarespace is their integrations are really limited. So check the systems that you want to use in your business. And if it's not on their integrations, then tough. There's no workaround for that. There's no way in which you can get it to integrate with something that it doesn't. So that's certainly a factor to think about. So yeah, again, Squarespace is really great at elegant, beautiful websites, very simple websites. You'll get the basics of everything that you want, and you'll get a website that looks really good really easily. Thing is with Squarespace, like I say, the integrations aren't great, and everything's then an add-on. So very quickly, if you want to do more with your website, then it starts to cost you more money with Squarespace. So yeah, just limited is the word for Squarespace. Things like it does e-commerce, but it's quite a limited thing of what it does and how it does it. It does integrations, but they're limited. It does templates, but they're limited. So it's a great, lovely, beautiful website, but then it's quite restrictive in terms of growing. WordPress. I use SiteGround for my hosting, so I've just come to their website to give you an idea of what their kind of hosting is. So as you can see, there's a big price difference there in terms of what you pay for a WordPress hosting than what you do with Squarespace or Wix. And what this means is I get access to the back end of my website, the hosting, so I can have control, I guess. And that's the big thing for me for WordPress, is the freedom of creativity, the freedom of control, the scalability of WordPress, the SEO features of WordPress. All of them are far outweigh Squarespace and Wix. So WordPress has 40% of the market when it comes to the websites. It's the big hitter. It's the one that most website developers will know and be able to do. And it has the freedom to do whatever you want to do. Things like their e-commerce is free through WooCommerce. It's free. So you can have a e-commerce site set up and you're not paying anything extra. In terms of customer support, WordPress themselves don't have customer support, but it has, because it has 40% of the market, you can get support for WordPress anywhere. There's whole YouTube channels for support with WordPress, or you just have to Google it and 20 people will give you the answer. Or if you go into any website developer place, they'll know WordPress and be able to help you with it. So in terms of support, there's a hell of a lot more options available for the support with WordPress and the flexibility. It has a plugin for SEO called Yoast plugin, which has so many different bits of information and features and what you can do with it than Squarespace or Wix. So I guess to kind of round off this video, I hope that's helped you. Oh, integrations on WordPress, there's flipping thousands, if not millions. You can integrate it with anything you want for WordPress. So yeah, for me, the freedom of design, the freedom of integrations, the freedom of growth and scalability for your business. If you start with WordPress, you are never going to have to build a website in anything else. You can build it easy. You don't have to make it really complicated. But having said that, the downside to WordPress is the learning curve at the beginning is a little bit steeper. You do have to get used to what it does and how it does it. It's a bit more in depth than say Squarespace or Wix is. So I hope that has given you a really good overview of the differences between Wix, Squarespace and WordPress. I guess if I was to sum it up in one little bit, I'd say Wix is brilliantly beginners. Squarespace is design, so if you want something that looks amazing with images and that, then Squarespace. WordPress, freedom and flexibility. So I hope that has helped you. I will put the descriptions down below in terms of Wix, Squarespace and SiteGround hosting, so you can go and have a look and check out the prices and have a look at the features and see what's right for you and your business. And if you want help to understand your strategy about what you're doing, because don't go and spend money on a website until you know your business strategy, because your business strategy will drive what your website looks like, what are you putting on the website, and we want to work smart, not hard. So if you want help in terms of creating that strategy behind your business and working smarter, not harder, then come and have a look at what I do at Build It Brilliant. I will put all the links to what I do down below. I have a book. I have a strategy simplified session where I'll go through it with you. I have a membership, all sorts of things to help you build your brilliant business. So all the links to that will be down below for you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed that, and I will see you next week for the next video.